All right.
Welcome, everybody, as you join
See
us
everybody.
live on
Let's see what we got
abc7.com and our
here.
ABC7 streaming sites. Chris Christie up in Air
No
7
audio.
HD with a
Yes.
police pursuit here
Amazing.
along the
Awesome.
105 freeway. That's going to be the
Hopefully
West
everybody's having a
Covina
good
Police
night.
Department in hot pursuit of
Can't
that
sleep.
brown Scion.
So
Looks
I
like
said,
he's
why not
transitioning
just come
now
on and hang out
onto
with
the
these guys?
110 freeway. Yep, southbound side of the 110 freeway as he heads south through Gardena. And we don't have an exact want, but there are about a half a dozen West Covina police right behind him. CHP not getting involved. Traditionally, that's what we would expect to see. Some mutual aid from the California Highway Patrol. However, West Covina PD has this under control. They are not asking for any help, and right now they are closing in on him. Look at that. Really about 2 or 3 car lengths behind him, really tight on his tail, doing about 85 miles per hour as he makes his way now. Did he get off there? No, he's continuing westbound, right? Continuing westbound on the 105 there. So not sure what that ramp was, but he's still westbound on the 105 freeway.
Hey.
Westbound 105, unclear on the want here. Don't know if there's any other passengers inside the vehicle.
Good to see everybody.
Vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed again, started in West Covina, straight down the 10 freeway.
Got
off at
I
the
got like a
710,
million
southbound
voices in my
710
head.
to the 105, where we now find ourselves approaching Hawthorne.
All right. Much better. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, I'm doing fantastic now that I'm here with all you guys.
Once again, vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed. Traffic is very light on the westbound side.
Well, we're hauling ass. This chase has been going on for a good little while.
Right next to Hawthorne Airport. Still committed, though, to the 105 freeway. And look at how tightly that CHP or that West Covina Interceptor is right behind him there. Again, only a couple of car lengths at a high rate of speed. Just a little unusual from what we are used to seeing, especially on the freeway. But again,
you got to excuse me because I'm sick as a dog.
We're so used to the specific tactics of various agencies and so on.
Go ahead and if you would let everybody know,
takes over the
we got chase going on. This is live
West
happening right
Covina
now.
PD really putting the pressure on here. About 6 units
Good to see
in pursuit.
Everybody.
Code 3.
Hello.
You can see him flying past all this traffic again, doing.
Oh no! Don't say that. That's not what I want to hear.
Doing some lane shifting here.
Better not be heading towards the airport. It took
Looks like he's gradually making his way over to the right, possibly looking for an exit ramp.
Get off, my friend. That's a very quick toaster for sure. Now this guy's been going.
Were you trying to call us?
Ghostbusters. Creed. Somebody call Creed and tell him we got a chase. Make sure you like this video, guys. You have to excuse me. I've taken nighttime NyQuil. I'm on the Syrup or whatever it's called. So you got to just
vehicle continuing westbound 105 freeway, Prairie Avenue, and getting off. We believe here.
Creed, where's that sound effect? No, I don't have.
That is the exit ramp. That'll put him
He's getting
on
off.
Prairie Avenue in Inglewood. So getting off of the freeway for the first time here.
Oh, we love our family over in Australia.
Over the Gore Point, and maybe making a last-minute decision to stay on the freeway, right?
We're going to come on, man. Get in there.
Showed signs of looking for that exit. Indeed, got onto that exit lane.
Hopefully no children are in the car like last night. That was too much for me, man.
If that's still the exit road,
Ulysses, good to see you, bud.
He has gotten off the 105. So this is going to be Imperial Highway, I believe.
Dennis, I like the way you think. I like your teams. Choice in teams. We see a lot of those Scion chases, man. There's just I guess it's a very popular car.
He's at the Hawthorne Boulevard light, and
bad decision on his part because they're going to pit his ass.
Making a right turn on the red, and he is slowing down now a little bit.
Don't say no creed frames.
Another right turn.
No. There's a creed frame. I'm going to lose it.
Another right. So they are going to make this UE with him.
Oh, look at all these cars behind him, man.
Those black and whites now. Again, that is all.
He's coming in.
West Covina PD.
Speed up.
Ready for that pit maneuver. You saw him pull right behind him. And if he continues to slow down like this, he's going to get pitted here pretty quickly, making some
Oh,
random turns.
Are we going to Mom's
through
house?
The streets of Inglewood, now at Larch Avenue and 111th Street.
Child endangerment? Oh,
primary
no.
unit
I hope not.
was ready for the pit, but the suspect apparently stepping on the gas there. So a missed opportunity to pit him there. We'll see if he gives them another chance.
Tell them all.
But
Thank you.
not traveling exceptionally fast through these streets. It's a residential area. He's definitely slowed down. Was speeding on the freeway, but now is doing very manageable.
Well, thank God he slowed down a little bit.
Neighborhood. We'll see if he picks up the pace here. Right through.
This has been going on for a while. It took media a long time to get there.
It looks like he is, I believe, eastbound on Lennox, Lennox Boulevard.
Doing it all, man. Good to see everybody. Oh, where are we at? He's gonna get us back out somewhere.
Right turn coming towards.
If they don't pit him right here, they're gonna wish they had.
LAX airspace as he weaves through Inglewood here, coming back.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Is that Kenny Powers? No, I couldn't tell. 1 o'clock in the morning here on the beautiful East Coast. Good to see everybody. Yeah, there better not be any kids involved in this.
Passenger seat looks
welcome
empty,
in.
So nobody in the passenger seat.
It's like a no-tell motel.
Just the driver on board, unless there's anybody in the back seat. You never know. Still unclear what the original want is here, but you have to deduce that
coming in hot.
An opportunity
it's getting
for
tight.
Maybe a little too fast as he made that right turn through the intersection there. Back on Imperial Highway. We'll see if he gets back onto the 105 freeway. But you have to wonder again what that original charge was that has caused.
Well, there we go.
To
Robert with the first bit of good news here tonight.
Out of their jurisdiction in West Covina, slowing down for another intersection, getting onto the freeway. A chance for a pit here.
Come on, man. You got to get up in there.
Still traveling a little too fast, although that would have been a somewhat ideal spot, I guess you could say, especially with no other cars
Thanks for the
around.
Cheers.
But he is now
thank you, Jason.
eastbound on the 105 freeway. So back on the freeway.
We need the likes, guys. Nobody's going to know we're doing anything if you don't like this video.
That we came again back through Hawthorne. And we'll see.
Well, I could see that
where he
flipping.
Decides to take them, but this is starting to appear as though he's really making it up as he goes along. Unclear how familiar he is with this part of South LA.
Oh, did he just burp?
Got it. Perfect. Thank you so much. And word coming into our assignment desk now. This is a possible rape suspect.
Look how bright that night sun is on his ass.
And they're not going to let this one go. This is a violent suspect who is
good evening, good morning, and hello from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Rape suspect wanted for domestic violence, and they are
only 3 likes. Wow, I might as well cut this off.
So taking this pursuit all the way out
that
here to
truck
South
is
LA,
perfect for a chase.
now heading
Look at
back
that.
in the eastbound direction on the 105 freeway.
Wow, is anybody even here? No, Deborah, don't say that. That's terrible. We're just throwing out things. Really? 2 of you said this? Oh, well, if he pits them and something bad happens, if that's the case.
One thing we won't see here is a pit maneuver on the freeway. That would be
Carol. Thank you.
Exceptionally rare for.
We appreciate the support. Carol coming in with 5
West Covina
biggins to break in the night.
On the freeway with any amount of traffic. Obviously,
if you've been drinking,
not an empty freeway by any means. So
feel free to start sending money. That always works.
Gets off the freeway.
Not drunk people like to send money.
Or unless he runs out of gas. Not sure how much gas he has.
I see a lot of people. It's a possible R word.
Like,
so I don't even want to say that.
Older model
terrible things. But if that's the case,
and
let the cards fall where they may.
He's got his middle finger there out the window.
Ooh.
Flashing those officers behind him, now really playing games as he leads them on a joyride along the 105 here.
Put his middle finger
Avenue.
out. He'll regret that, just like Mary will in the morning. 25 biggins. Hallelujah. Thank you, Mary.
Although they are not getting involved.
That's right. She's coming in here hot, throwing down the big bucks already.
I'm not sure if it was my
I don't know if I could say early in the morning or late at night.
As if that front bumper or that front left fender was kind of wagging in the wind there as we came around the driver's side.
It's all good, Brittany. Just you guys being here and liking, jumping into chat, saying hello means everything. Appreciate that. Just doing that is awesome. Awesome. Trying to look at a couple things, guys. So give me just 1 second. I just got done working on Wild Woman Wednesday because it's Wednesday here. So make sure you're back at 4:05 today. Or wherever you're at. Wednesday at 4:05. Wild Woman Wednesday. All women, all crazy. Yeah, Monkey. He sounds like a real class act. Georgia and California. Thank you for the well wishes. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best to continue to get better. And there might not be no court tomorrow, but we're going to get this chase in and find out what the hell's happening. Just got your notifications. That's just inexcusable. You had one job. What's your excuse, YouTube? What's your excuse? This could go on for a while, man.
One lane there, and you could see he's hugging that left lane. Going with the flow here, pretty much with traffic just slightly over the speed limit, if anything. Passing Wilmington Avenue, eastbound side of the 105 freeway. Maintaining that specific lane for now, and a single file line of West Covina officers right behind him. As they, you could tell they're just not giving him much room to play with here.
I don't think it's a warning, but if it is, what a kickoff to the week, right? You think he was tossing stuff out the window instead of flashing the old bird?
Carpool lane now.
Maybe.
And
that's possible. You gotta get rid of it somehow, right? Nah, I'm fine. Like I said, I might be a little loopy, but I'm fine. Good to see you, little miss. I'm back. I don't know what just happened. Like all of my everything, internet, everything just completely shut down. Like everything was gone. Unbelievable. Gonna be one of those nights. One of those nights. Hold on, guys.
All the way back in the Downey area as he continues eastbound on the 105 freeway. And you see a
and
lot
if I missed your,
like
somebody sent something.
If he's going to get off or switch
I apologize.
and then switching at the very last
Father,
minute.
don't leave.
Almost as
don't
if he's
leave.
trying
Nobody
to
leave.
lose
Get
these
back
officers.
in here.
You saw that helicopter down there. I'm going to guess that's probably LA County Sheriff. Is that the LA? Yes, it's an LA County Sheriff airship now assisting West Covina PD. Are on a transition road to the 605 free.
Hit this dude before this internet dies.
My estimation, put him on the northbound 605.
This is ridiculous.
Northbound 605, that's the ramp right there. He had one opportunity to make a last-minute move.
That
He
was
is
him,
now
not
committed.
us.
6 northbound 605.
I don't know what's going on.
Pedal to the metal once again here, still doing about 60 miles.
That's them, not me. So for once,
but what
I'm
you
in
will
the clear.
notice here, if the trend continues, West Covina PD.
We have another one ready to go. You guys got to give me a minute.
You will not see them get too far out of frame here. No more than 4 car lengths behind them. All right, still speeding, but only about 70 to 75 miles per hour. Again, moderate traffic still on the 605 freeway, so not a whole lot of freeway to play with. Also, a few less lanes here, but still showing signs of just basic around anybody on his way passing.
I think everything's back to normal here.
This will
I don't
take
know
him
what
back
happened, man.
in
That is
the
such a.
northbound direction.
I'm
back
glad it didn't end
towards
while I was gone, though.
West Covina.
Yeah, I'm
if
back.
That's where he
I'm back.
chooses to take this.
Glad it didn't end while I was gone. The
Possibly
internet.
where it all started. We'll see
Just like-
here. We are in the
But I've got some
Whittier
backup
area.
feeds ready to go if this one craps out again.
Or more of Santa Fe Springs, really. In fact, he's getting off in Santa Fe
This guy's
Springs.
gonna. Oh, they're gonna get aggressive.
Exiting a Telegraph Road. Somebody getting out of the way for him here.
I want to leave this feed. They don't get it together. You gotta
Really
stop this guy.
Down there, you thought that whenever you
He's
get
coming
off the
in
freeway like that, there's always an opportunity if he slows down enough for a pit maneuver. And here it is. There's the pit. There's
That's
the pit.
not a pit.
Failed pit attempt. He's
that was
going
a
with it.
Terrible pit
and
attempt.
Now making the U-turn.
Terrible.
Very light contact there. Very light
That's
contact.
what it is.
A failed pit. A good try, but the suspect now doing
Swing
an
and a
about
miss.
face on Telegraph Road. Now heading back on the back in the westbound direction here.
So everything I'm seeing
Telegraph
is he's wanted for child endangerment and that kind of thing.
Might put him on the freeway. Yeah, back on the freeway. Back on the freeway. This is going to be the southbound side.
I got
southbound
ready
side
to go.
of the 605. So he's
that was a terrible.
I don't think this is what he intended to do, but when that black and white closed in
awful,
on him there,
awful pit
making contact.
Got to get in there.
He really had no choice but to just kind of go with it, and now he is back on the southbound side of the 605.
Yeah, he was trying to turn anyway.
You almost wonder now if maybe that other damage on the right rear of that bumper was maybe caused by a previous pit attempt earlier on in this pursuit. We're now going on close to an hour-long pursuit out of West Covina.
Yeah, and it took them 30 minutes to get to it. Jim, I missed you earlier. Thank you, Jim. Jim, a true friend, true everything. He's true, man. It's true. All right, I think I got everybody. Yep, I got everybody. All right. Yeah, this is gonna. You got to take them out on this highway. You can't just pussyfoot around like this. We're doing too much pussyfooting. We got to do something. All right, if this acts up
Once again, West Covina PD having no trouble keeping up with them here. They have assistance from the LA County Sheriff's Department providing a helicopter overhead here, but they are right on his tail.
Yeah, tail grabbing his ass. I'm gonna change his speed.
A little
it's being too
traffic now, but a few more brake lights.
We're gonna change this. Yeah, it's not working. That's not gonna work. Possibly partially.
The pit maneuver attempt right there when that person is, I'm sorry, this is when they were on residential streets, and these are highlights from earlier in the pursuit when they were going pretty fast on residential streets there in South LA, and then they got back on the freeway. But as we've been talking about, they have covered a lot of ground, Jeff, from West Covina to South LA and now back to the Santa Fe Springs area. And you got to wonder, when are they going to run out of gas?
Yeah, there's that pit maneuver right there, that latest attempt as we continue to take a look on the right-hand part of your screen. Now full screen of the live shot. And I just got to say that lead driver there for West Covina, he is really tracked and
this is really going on and on and on.
I assume he's the one that at least had that last pit maneuver, possibly
that pit
first
pit
maneuver. We think there might have been two, just
terrible,
the damage of the vehicle, but we know of at least one pit maneuver. Of course, that was unsuccessful. But as you mentioned, Susie, this has been
way more stable feed than we had all
of roadways throughout.
Man, go ahead, like this video if you would. Help me out.
When
I'm in here.
Engaged with this here on KCAL 9,
Sickly.
Eastbound 105, the northbound
I wanted to hang out with you guys and check this
to
out.
The southbound 605. In between there was when that attempted pit maneuver occurred, and then now westbound
Justin, thank you so much, man.
So take a
I
look
appreciate
at the
all your
who is driving
Dropping
wanted
messages
for
and stuff.
child endangerment. And we understand the tag comes out of
That's
Compton.
such a
As we
vague
continue to follow
thing,
this
man.
live here on KCAL 9. LA's
No telling what it
latest
is.
police pursuit.
A nice
And as soon as
tasing, though.
we're
If that's
not
if
really
it's
hitting
child
any highway
endangerment,
speeds here. We don't have the speedometer, but at one point in time, they were up over 100
maybe
miles an hour.
a couple of
And now
tasings.
seemingly looks to be just about highway speeds.
And this information just into our newsroom. This is breaking
Uh-oh,
news.
breaking
With the
news.
West Covina Police Department telling us that the want is actually domestic violence and not child endangerment. So we don't know, again, the situation, what had transpired in West Covina to kick this pursuit off, but we do know that
violence.
it was something
That's just as
offensive.
bad.
It was something that this person obviously
Almost just as bad.
is going to be wanted for, and this is what's
Yeah,
happening right now.
I'm glad to hear maybe
Yeah.
it's not a
Yeah, you
kid
know, police officers will tell you some of the most dangerous calls
involved.
that go on are domestic violence. There's obviously a lot of emotion there, and
They gotta take this guy
leads
out,
to
man.
something like this. They
This
gotta
guy
take a lot
is
of
going to
precaution.
cost the
As
city
we
of Los
take a look at
Angeles
this,
like
police pursuit live as that
$80,000 to keep
is
chasing
taking
with
a
all
pretty
the
aggressive
cars
move
they got out here
onto another.
running through
This
gas.
may be an exit now. This is going to be the 105 westbound. Are they exiting here, possibly at the
Yeah, I hope it
Pasadena
was
exit back onto surface streets?
not good
We'll
either
watch
way.
as we take a look live here. That's West Covina Police in pursuit of this suspect. We've just upgraded, if you will, or updated rather, that charge and that want for the driver of domestic violence. We've been mentioning child endangerment.
Good
That
to
was
see
the
everybody,
first
man.
information that we got was that the driver was wanted
A
for
lot
child
of
endangerment.
changing
But
of the
now
stories,
we understand West Covina Police
which
has
is
told us
typical,
now
man.
that
It's
it's
real
for
typical.
domestic violence.
Nothing
We
crazy.
watched 2 pit maneuver attempts.
They
by the West
tend to
Covina
get it
Police
wrong
Department that were
several times.
unfortunately
It could change another
unsuccessful. But
time
when we
before
talk about
they're
pit
able to stop this
maneuvers,
dude.
first of all, they have to be
Who's that guy
approved by
flying
a
up beside him?
supervisor. So that
That
lead
was another
agency, or the
vigilante.
lead officer in this pursuit, right behind this person right now, is not the one making the decisions. They are listening to a supervisor tell them on the radio.
By the way,
"Hey,
Ralph,
go
thank you
ahead and
so
go for
much.
that pit, or don't
You
do
just
the pit
being
because
here
it's too dangerous." And of course,
makes
like
me
you were
feel
talking
better.
about, Jeff, there's so many different factors that go into a pit maneuver. You can't just do it as we're talking about. Not only do you have to have
That
supervisor's
7-Eleven thing
approval,
was just
but you also have
ridiculous.
to make sure that the conditions are just right.
Ridiculous.
Make sure no one's around. Make sure no other cars are around.
Yeah,
No
it's
pedestrians,
fine, guys.
obviously.
I'll
You're
be
not
all
putting
right.
other people's
I'm
lives
on
in
it.
danger. The
You
conditions, the
see how
weather
I'm just
conditions have to be right.
winning
And you
over
have to do
here.
it in such a way that they can actually, the person who's pitting can get away and another officer can come through and make those arrests. So lots happening. And unfortunately, it didn't happen on that second attempt.
So many moving parts, if you
Jeanette,
will, when
thank
it
you
comes
so
to
much.
something
Jeanette,
like this,
the
and all
house
the
mom
training
over
that
there on the
goes into those
Facebook,
great officers,
taking care
the
of
men
things.
and
We
women on the
appreciate
ground
it. If
that
you're
are
ever on
doing this
Facebook,
right at
do
this
us a
point in
favor,
time,
share this
this
out.
police pursuit
Give it a
of this
thumbs
driver
up.
wanted for domestic
We
violence. Let's go
really,
back upstairs to Sky
really.
9 and Desmond Shaw.
Desmond,
Des,
what you
took
got,
a little
bro?
break to get some more information, so go ahead and give us the latest.
Yeah, so we did
Good question. How's it
clarify
gonna
that
end?
it has now been clarified to domestic violence and
I'm gonna
not
say he's gonna
child
run out of
endangerment. We
gas. Get your
understand that
guesses
whatever
in,
happened
guys. How's this
today.
gonna end?
The extent of the injuries to the victim is unknown, but you see the aggression from West Covina, which tells me that it must be awfully serious. They believe they're confident that there's only one person in the car. There are no children in this vehicle. And
Best news I've heard all day.
interesting thing here is that so West Covina says we're not going to relinquish this to anyone else, but they were asking CHP to help them with spike strips, but CHP's
Might as
policy
well,
is
Don.
we're
Looks like we
either
might be here a
all in
while.
or we're not in at all. So they're not going to do something where West Covina will be the lead agency, but they're going to sit on the highway and attempt spike strips. So we're not going to see anyone else involved in this, which makes me think that spike strips will not be involved either, because you just have these units from West Covina. It's unclear if they even have any of those in their vehicle, and then they would have to set up somewhere.
Yeah, he's got to run out of gas, right? We've been going at it for an hour now, man. Come on.
Right now, we've seen that the pit maneuver is what they're thinking they want to use if they get the
Yeah, I
opportunity.
need a hot toddy and a hot massage.
Tried, it didn't work, or otherwise they're going to take this as long as it goes. If that involves the vehicle running out of gas and the suspect surrendering,
you hear him yelling in the
vehicle and
newsroom.
running, however it is,
hilarious.
They're going to be the ones that will be in charge of this pursuit. Northbound on the 710.
No problem, Bobby. I'm here for you guys,
Southbound 710 earlier in the pursuit just before we picked this up.
I'm sorry, my
so
internet was like
back as we head through
like
Southgate,
the internet
headed
went
towards the
completely
5
out.
freeway.
And just to speak to what you were talking about, Desmond, about the West Covina Police Department not relinquishing the pursuit because the CHP is all
Hey,
around.
Pit him, he's getting out with a Megadeth wife beater on.
they don't have the same
Did they
communication
make those
channels
back
on
in
their
the day?
radios, and that's
Maybe.
a big hindrance when they're
I like to think
obviously
it was homemade.
working an operation like this, which is so fast and so fluid.
No, they're not
They
going
definitely have
they're
to
not
be on
going
the
to be able
same
to
communication,
get
on the
out in
same
front of
page,
this
if
guy
you
with no
will.
spike
And
strips.
oftentimes they can't do that
It's
with a
not going to
different
happen.
radio station in a different jurisdiction. So it's hard to do
Look,
that first of
they
all.
tried the
Also,
pit didn't work.
they have their own equipment, they have their own protocols, and
it
of
doesn't
course they
seem
don't want to
like
mix those.
they're going to try out here.
Of the
They got to
agency
wait for
where
them to
this
get off of
involved,
get on surface
first,
streets.
where the call came through, which was West Covina, and they are obviously going to take that prerogative and stay with this police pursuit. And that is something that tells you a little bit about this case.
I didn't get to say, hey, sweet tea.
Understand that
Good to see
when
you.
it
I'm glad
gets
you're
out of their
here.
jurisdiction, there are some things that they have to consider. And
I'm
especially
feeling
when they
better
get
already
onto the
hanging out
highway,
with
you
you
know that there are
guys.
policies that they follow, Susie. Obviously, this policy
$180
they've
to fill the
decided to
tank.
follow
Oh my
is
gosh.
because of the grave nature of this
Not cool, man. Not cool.
this criminal act by this
Sure.
suspect in domestic violence. As I'm getting some more information here. Once again, this all started in
Seems
South
like we're
LA.
trying to
with the
make a
West
little
Covina
move,
PD.
but
The want was for domestic violence, very high and emotional aspects to domestic violence. If you talk to police officers, they say those are some of the
look,
cases
I
and
still
calls
have
that
some
they
jorts,
get,
man. I'm one of those guys that hangs on to
real in tune
everything.
with and could be the most
Everything.
dangerous. So it started on the westbound 105, eastbound 105. Then it got northbound
Chris,
605.
good to see you,
Then there
man.
was a
Been a
pit
while.
maneuver that failed at the exit with Telegraph there off the 605. Back on the southbound 605.
They're
Westbound
constantly
105,
putting the
now
pressure on this
northbound
guy,
710.
which
And you
is
see that
great.
1, 2,
I'm
3,
glad
4,
to see
5,
for
6
once
cruisers in pursuit of this driver.
they
That's
holding
right.
it
And
down
as
with
Desmond was
keeping
talking
the
about,
pressure
just
on
to
us
clarify
because
once again,
LA
this
been
happens
letting
in
us
West
down
Covina,
big time
and
as
it
far
was
as
a
like
situation of domestic
staying
violence,
on the
and that
guy.
is the want right now. We thought it was child endangerment earlier, but we have corrected that since.
Yeah,
This
I'm
happened today.
free.
Whatever the crime was, whatever this person is wanted for, the act
Free
actually happened
baller.
today. We believe that one person is inside this car, no child inside this car as far as we know. And the CHP at one point was asked by the West Covina Police
Jim
Department
coming in with some
to possibly help with
important
spike
information,
strips, but the
registered
CHP
and
refused
content.
because they often
How did you get this
times when
information,
they're
man? I
doing their
love that
pursuits, or I
you're
should say all the time,
got it.
they want their
Fever?
own
Not
vehicles,
tonight.
their own protocols,
Not
and
tonight.
they have their own
No,
radio communication
not
lines,
tonight.
and so they refused.
Yeah, Desmond Shaw's been, of course, following this here on KCAL9 from the very beginning. He
This is
joins us
true. You know,
from
I hope
Sky
not,
9
man. I really,
with the latest,
I
up
really
to
don't.
about 65, 70 miles
Can't
per hour.
sleep.
Des, just continuing northbound on the
Dealing with
710.
this
That's
cold.
right. There may be some traffic that goes to the northbound 5. If you know the northbound 710, you know the ramp to the north 5 is kind of a
7-Eleven
weird
or
because it's on
Drury
the left
Heights.
there. You see
Both of
non-stop
those are
traffic.
huge.
There might be some there either a crash or some construction on the northbound side of the 5. So the suspect does
That
not
is
want to
awesome,
get involved
Jason.
in that. So
That's
here they're
great
continuing
news. Jason's
northbound
a
710.
hard-working dude
And next we'll have
and
an
a
option
hard-working
for the
Twitcher over
60
there.
and then
If you're on
the 10
Twitch,
freeway before the
you need to
710
go check
ends
him out. He's
at
a
Valley
good
Boulevard
dude.
in Alhambra. Now,
Great
West
family.
Covina, as we've been saying, they're going to be with this from
Even
beginning,
though
Tim, and they
Lambo
are
Red
getting
is
some help
related to
from
him.
another agency. That's LA County Sheriff's deputies, some very important support from above. It's their helicopter right now that is lending that spotlight, and they're actually on their second helicopter
Jorts?
right now. They
Jennifer,
switched
that is
out,
not a
got
stupid
a
question.
fresh tank of gas back at the 105
Jean
605.
shorts
I believe their
or
helicopter
jorts.
came in from
They usually
Pomona.
come right to your
So that just tells
knees.
you, the dedication that they
Look,
will
I still have some.
help
I'm not
other
gonna lie. I'm
agencies
not
when it
gonna
comes to air support.
downplay
Because,
it.
a lot of
We
these
had a
smaller
guy,
cities
Ivan,
don't
who I
have their
haven't
own
seen in a
air
very
force the
long
way
time
that
around here.
LAPD does or the way
That
that CHP does. So that's why, a
once
lot
made
of times when
a
you're dealing
joke
with one of
about
these
jorts, and ever
smaller
since then it's
jurisdictions
just
and you have
stuck.
air support, it's going to be LA County Sheriff's deputies. So on the
But that's a good
710,
question.
but it looks like we may
There's
be
no
getting
dumb
off the
questions
freeway
around
here.
here.
And let's see what happens
Just
again
me.
as we get off on some surface streets. This is going to take us to
It's winter
3rd
in New
Street
Zealand.
as we peer behind this
Well,
sound
hopefully
wall
you're
right
having a
here.
good time. Stay safe.
Or is this going to be going to
Oh, we're
the
gonna-
60 freeway? Let's see. It's a long ramp here. Nope, this is going to go actually
Man,
to
where
the
is he
60.
going?
Are they going to go east or west? Looks like they're going to head east. So back into the
Can't-
San Gabriel Valley.
I can't
back
leave
where
you
this
guys,
pursuit
man.
all began. Not back in West Covina yet,
Ready
but
for
we're in
bed.
East
I
LA.
hear you.
And
Well,
we'll see if
Carol,
there's going to loop around. We've been seeing the suspect kind of loop
Carol
around,
getting
double
all
back on different
spacey.
freeways. You saw them make a
Getting
loop
spacey
there
tonight,
in
Carol.
South LA before they decided. So might be headed back to
Be
West
careful,
Covina.
Carol.
Might just be kind of
Careful.
aimless, trying to buy some time. Have to wonder if this person is on the phone with authorities.
Mhm.
Sometimes when you're dealing with
This is
domestic
true.
violence situations, someone's trying to make contact with that suspect. Maybe the victim gave a phone number to the
Cutoffs.
police
See,
to try
I
to
was never a
negotiate with
cutoffs
this
kind of
person.
guy.
That could be happening right now as well.
Yeah, that could certainly be happening. We know that the police officers know
Men's capris,
that,
yes.
this all started
Beautiful,
in West
beautiful
Covina.
look.
They probably have been in contact with the victim in this domestic violence situation. They
Jules wants to
that
know, is
this,
it nipply
originated
over there,
as far as
Carol,
the
at your
vehicle
house?
with a tag with an address in Compton. They have a lot of information. They probably have a lot more information, Susie, as they try to round up this latest pursuit to suspect
I'm
here.
drinking plenty.
Live on KCAL 9. It's a police pursuit of a domestic violence suspect behind the wheel of this Scion. There's been at least 2 pit maneuvers, both unsuccessful. You see the damage on the rear part of that vehicle to the bumper there. There should be some more damage on the other side as well, as they had those 2 pit maneuvers just moments ago. We might have a chance to bring that up in an inset box and show you some of the highlights, if you will, of this pursuit.
Awesome, man. I appreciate everybody being here.
Some reckless driving by the driver in some of the residential areas going into
again, cut off shorts. They can be cut off jeans, but they're jeans shorts.
At one point in time, but Susie getting back down to highway speeds.
That's right, and unclear right now if this person is armed. I mean, by the motions and
look, I'm not gonna lie. Before I went to school, many a morning, I sat and rolled my jeans. Where you cuffed them and you fold them and you roll them up.
This is actually the second attempted pit maneuver of the evening, and we're talking about someone who's wanted for domestic violence. So, oftentimes, like you said, Jeff, they will actually just say, you know what, let's let the chopper take over and let's let them track this suspect. We have the address, we have the plates.
Is that what you were doing?
We know where they are, we know where they're from, we know where they're possibly going. So they will do that. But in this case, they haven't done that. The West Covina Police Department
Shadow, good to see you made it.
Relinquished the pursuit to the CHP tonight. They want this person in their jurisdiction, in their custody.
Well, hello,
we do not know the extent of the injuries to that domestic partner.
I love your
domestic violence situation. We have no idea at this point in time the extent of those injuries, how serious they may be.
They keep saying that. That seems interesting that they keep bringing up. They don't know the
start and end
status
tells
of the
you
person
that it might
injured.
Have been a very bad situation. Let's go back up to Desmond Shaw and Sky 9 with a look at the very latest. We saw those 5 cruisers behind. They remain there.
Answer it out loud.
As you take a look here, and we continue just to kind of cruise on at those highway speeds.
But I'm going to be fine.
Yeah, that's right. Eastbound here on the 60, you see the.
I'll have to upload some pictures of me in high school at some point.
Right on the
show you guys the
horror
really
that
was the
tactical flight
clothes I
officer.
wore
There's
to
2
school.
people inside the LA County Sheriff's Deputy's helicopter, obviously the pilot, and then the tactical flight officer who controls the spotlight and is also calling out streets if they're talking on a frequency. They're the ones that can relay communications between
I had jarts.
different agencies.
World's most dangerous yard game
we were talking,
ever came out with. I remember my mom giving to me. She's like, "Here you go."
I have to imagine that
I'm out there throwing them.
Got a lot of information on this suspect from the victim of the domestic violence, and I'm sure one of the things they asked is, "Do you think this person has a gun? Do you think this person has a knife? Do they keep
over 300 of you here? I ran a bunch of people off when we
so
lost internet service, so I apologize. I'm glad everybody that's here is here. If you're new, say hello.
This person is not armed with a gun or a knife. Obviously, they don't know for sure, but they may just be playing the odds on this one. Eastbound about 75 miles an hour coming up to Rosemead, so right near the Whittier Narrows recreation area. Pretty light traffic, no Caltrans work on this section of the 60 tonight. I know there have been a lot of work adding a carpool lane project, but it doesn't look like that is taking place here. We'll see if they get back on the 605. We've already been there once. Trending back, though, towards West
This
Covina.
guy's just
those are wide
covering a lot of ground.
Situations that we always
a
see.
lot of ground there in this chase.
Maybe he is. Well, he's off to the right-hand part of the highway there. I thought maybe.
Don't you remember the old commercials?
Susie, but,
excuse me.
At this point in time, it's
those
a clear
Beagle Boy
wide
jeans you're wearing.
Yeah, it is, and you just wonder how much longer this person can actually go for, because, as we told you, this all started in the city of West Covina. As they went from West Covina to South LA, to Santa Fe Springs, and back up to the San Gabriel Valley. So we're talking at least 100 miles, at least.
Carol,
so far.
If you're not wearing something, you're swinging every
how
which
much
way.
gas they started with in the tank, obviously, but at some point it's going to happen.
Yeah, and this is one of those vehicles that sips gas. I mean, it's a smaller vehicle, probably a 4-cylinder.
It's a sipper.
As you're getting a better look here from the middle part of your screen, just above our banner down below, you'll see the damage to the bumper in the right-hand part of the vehicle there. You also That's probably from the pit
Yeah, they
maneuver that
should.
occurred earlier.
Like I
At least
said
we think there
earlier,
was,
they're going to
we know
really
of
regret
one. We think there might have been
not
two.
stopping him when
As
they
this
had the
driver's going along at
chance.
74 miles per hour. And you know, it's interesting, Susie. We see a lot of times
I mean, he's
in these
going pretty fast. He's
situations
been
the
going
glow of a
fast for
cell
about an
phone, or
hour.
we see something like that. I don't know if
Sure.
But
these
still,
are darkened windows or not, but we don't
Yes.
see any sort of activity
possibly,
from inside.
Grizzly,
No hand
possibly.
waving. Nobody putting their arm out the window. No glow of a cell phone. Really,
I
no
remember I had a
reckless
pair
driving
of Beagle
whatsoever.
Boy
I mean, obviously
jeans
there were a couple of
that had
places
suspenders.
where they're going fast in those
Oh,
residential areas, 100 miles per
what
hour
a
on the
travesty
highway.
that was.
But for the most part, not
I
a
will
whole
let
lot of
Creed
real
know when he gets
evasive,
here
aggressive maneuvers
that you said he was
by this
awesome.
driver.
He'll love that.
Relatively calm pursuit, which is kind of what you want, going all in the same direction on a highway
I
is
will
much
fight.
better than going
I'll
at
fight to the end
rapid
for you
pace
guys. I'll be
of
here no matter
speed
what.
through a residential area where people are walking and cyclists and
Daddy,
children and
thank
whatnot.
you
And
for
there's
the
a
information.
summer
I
night as
have
they go to the right
other
of that big
feeds
red
ready
here
to
on
go.
this is going to be
I
the
appreciate
eastbound
it.
60.
I will
We
make
always think he's
sure
going to exit, and he
we
does
probably
not.
will end up
And
over
as you were
there.
talking about, Jeff, no movement inside the car as far as we know. I mean, obviously,
Where's
we
all
have
those sound
we have
effects
a
I
really
had
high
that I
shot from here,
lost?
but you know, inside the
I'm
car, we usually
sad
see
that I don't
some
have
sort
them
of
all.
glowing, maybe talking on a cell phone, texting, or something like that. But you know, it really makes you wonder what's happening with this person right now. Are they being contacted and negotiated with, so to speak? You never know what's happening inside that car and what they're thinking.
See, I'm not
What
a
their
big fan of
mentality is,
that.
what
The
state of mind they're in.
negotiating.
It was
Like, hey,
interesting
man,
because, we were talking
we're
about
back here behind you,
the very,
chasing
pit
you.
maneuver attempts earlier. As you were
Any
saying,
chance,
Jeff, we know of one, but
any
possibly
chance that you
two.
might,
But
pull over and
we believe that possibly because they were on the residential streets, and that's when those pit
this is the
maneuver
police.
attempts happened.
Hey,
That
how
they
are you
just got
doing,
right
bud?
back on the freeway, so they
We're just
can't have
wondering.
that happen anymore.
Yeah, and
Are
they kind
you
of know
about
that, don't
done,
they?
or
The policy is that they don't really do
you
a pit
know,
maneuver at highway
I've
speeds. They
got
always
fresh
do that
baked
residential
cookies
areas,
back here.
easier to control. The
And,
reason why
your
police
wife
do
said
not
it's okay. You
perform
can come
any
back
pit
home.
maneuvers on the highway is at highway speeds. A pit
So,
maneuver
yeah,
is
it's all
very
good.
aggressive. You can send that car.
All right,
It
hit
could be
him.
fatal. You could roll
Hit
that
this
car
dude.
over, could
Roll him.
into other vehicles. I mean, we're talking
into
highway
officers'
speeds.
cars,
Oh,
too.
absolutely. And
Sure.
highway speeds is a big difference maker when it comes to doing a pit maneuver. You just really can't do that at highway speeds. It's just too dangerous.
Hey,
So,
bud,
Des, I saw a little
it's the
bit of
police
a
again.
deviation here.
I know
We
we
went from
just
the
got off the
eastbound
phone
60
and all,
now.
but
We're on the 605.
some of the guys were wondering. Boxers
That's right.
are pretty.
Northbound 605 as we come through South El Monte, and the 10 freeway will be next. So, I mean, we're going right back towards West Covina. Let's see if they're going to be making a turn on the
They're
eastbound
getting
10.
closer.
We'll be right on a trajectory from where this
Let's
all
pit
began.
this
We
D-bag.
first heard about it on the westbound side of the 10, just west of the 605.
Anybody put their
so
hands
very,
on a
very
woman
close
or a
back to
child
where,
deserves
this was where
whatever's
this began.
coming down the pipe.
And again, it is West Covina PD, so that
I agree, Monkey.
tells us that this happened inside their jurisdiction, and just wondering if they're headed back to the scene here. If there's been any kind of negotiation with the suspect,
Heading back to the scene of the
between
crime.
law enforcement and the suspect and the victim, something. Just you have to wonder if that's what's going on behind the scenes.
Negotiating,
and,
like,
yeah, really low speeds on this one.
hey,
it's,
bud,
it's you just
it's
never know
us,
how these
the
pursuits are going to go.
cops.
Sometimes they're
Is
just
there
outrageously
any
dangerous,
chance
and other
your
times you have a
wife
pursuit
said,
like this where
if you're
you're
home
that motorist
in the
that's right
next
there on the
20
right,
minutes,
you might not even have any idea that a pursuit's going
she'll
on. You
never
might just
ring it
think
up
that
again.
this officer is trying to light them up
Come
because
on
of a
home,
traffic
bud.
violation and
It's
pull
all
them
good.
over and give them a ticket. Until you see
You like
that there
donuts?
is a spotlight overhead and then 5 or 6 other units behind him,
This
and then
guy
that's
is not
probably going to
gonna.
clue you in that
I
something
really
much
don't
more
think.
serious is afoot
I
here.
really don't think he's
Northbound
gonna
on the 605, the distance between the 60 and the 10
negotiate.
is only a
This is the
couple
same
of
guy
miles.
was either
So we will be
throwing things
crossing that
out
shortly. There
the
was
window a
Valley
while ago,
Boulevard right there,
or
which would have
flipping
gone
off the
towards the
cops.
city of Industry
So I don't
or
see
the greater El
how.
Monte area. And if they pass
I
up the
don't.
10,
I
they'll be
don't know. I
headed
just don't think
towards
so.
the 605 in those right lanes. Eastbound 10 would take them right back to West Covina.
Yeah, and that makes
He's
a lot
going
of sense.
home,
A lot of
guys.
times, Susie, we see these suspects go right back to familiar territory. A lot of times, sometimes they just go back home, and we've seen that before. So maybe that's what this driver is doing. It's
Our good friend from
rather calm
Australia,
pursuit. Maybe
Pierre
that
here,
driver
is
is
asking
communicating
you
with somebody
kindly to please
inside
like
the
the
vehicle.
video.
As this is going to be an
I
exit
mean,
here for sure.
you can like it, you can lick it,
what's
you can
this
thumb
exit,
it,
Des?
whatever it takes. Just feel free to
This
do
is
it.
going to take us, it looks like, to the eastbound 10. Taking it to the, here we go, eastbound 10. So headed towards
Hey,
West
bud,
Covina. My
it's the
assignment desk
cops
telling me
again.
that if they
We're
were
gonna
going to
try
go
and pitch you.
westbound on the 10, the
I know we
suspect
tried
may run
earlier
into
and it
some
didn't work
serious
out too
traffic because
good,
there was a bad
but
crash
I
over that
feel
way.
like
So
maybe
instead,
we could just
eastbound
if you
on
slow
the
down
10.
enough.
And now we're really
We'll get it
wondering
right this time.
if
Thanks, man.
this is hopefully going to come to an end soon, if the suspect is just going back towards West Covina to surrender. Certainly our hope. We'll see how it plays out, but we're coming into Baldwin Park, and then we'll be in West Covina next.
Yeah, and as we know on the freeway, police officers
He's
are
on a
very limited with
freeway
the stopping
of love
mechanisms
and a
compared to
toaster.
residential streets or surface streets, certainly because of the highway speeds. But so far, all we've seen is are two pit maneuvers. We saw one. We believe there was another one at some point earlier on in the pursuit before we got
Hey,
over.
bud.
We got over in
It's
South
us,
LA. This started in
popo.
West Covina, and
Look, she said
it
if
was
you
just
come
off the
home,
westbound 10 freeway.
you can
And it looks
play
like that's where
all
we
the
are
video
right
games
again.
you want
Once
and stay with
again,
as late as you
where
want,
we started.
playing
This
games with your
pursuit
friends.
took us all over Southern California. We
Think
went
about it.
to the westbound 105,
Yeah.
605 north, 710 northbound, 60 freeway, 605 north, 10 east now.
Jennifer,
And,
I feel
we're
like
hoping that this
chicken
person
tonight.
is
Like
perhaps
chicken tonight.
returning
I feel
to
terrible,
where the crime
but I've taken
happened so
tons
that
of
they can be arrested.
nighttime cold medicine.
Yeah, don't forget the eastbound 105.
Two
This
shots,
whole pursuit has
double
been
shot.
on the highway,
Sure.
and I think
So
that's
I'm
for
feeling
the reason of the driver to keep the officers from attempting that pit. I mean, you can't say
all
for
good.
sure, but we think that those
Was that a
pit maneuver
McDonald's we
occurred,
just passed?
obviously on the residential streets. Most of these police
I'm pretty
officers
sure
have
it
the policy
was.
they must follow to have that pit maneuver at slower
Ladies and
speeds. That is
gentlemen,
not
I'd
allowed
like to
then on
let you
highway
all know we just
situations,
passed
and so
over
maybe
on
the
the
driver
right
was
hand
thinking,
side.
if I stay on the
That
highway,
was a
they're not going to pit
McDonald's.
me, and I'm not going to,
Can't do much, right?
they can't do much, and they're not going to stop me until I get home. So we really do truly echo what Des
He
said earlier.
maybe okay.
We hope that this
This might
suspect
sound
is
crazy.
going back home. We know he's wanted for
Maybe
domestic violence.
he's in that
in
mindset
West
of
Covina.
I've got to
This
get the
all
car
started there,
home.
and West Covina
That way
took that
it doesn't get
call
towed.
for that
I like what
domestic
Shadow's
violence
thinking.
in West Covina.
I
They've
like
been
that.
pursuing the
That's
suspect ever
maybe
since,
that's
going
it.
on almost probably more than an hour. It's been on our air for probably close to 50 minutes now, and they've been doing
I'm
that
delirious.
for longer.
I
so
apologize.
we certainly do echo the
Maybe
comments of
I
Des
had
and hope that this
premonitions of the
goes back
McDonald's.
to the
Maybe I
neighborhood,
don't know.
goes back to that place,
In and
because we've
out.
seen that so many times before. We just hope that driver will pull over, put it in park, drop the keys, get out,
I'm sorry.
and give up.
I blew it.
That's right. But who knows? We don't know the circumstances of what happened in West Covina, which started this entire thing. We don't know the circumstances of the domestic violence.
If I keep
incident,
taking everything,
apparently
I think I should have a
today,
great
according
immune
to the West
system.
Covina Police Department. There is, as far as we know, one person in this car.
Oh,
And
I'm
we talk
like
about,
I haven't
stopping mechanisms.
drank
And
in
the CHP
a
earlier was
billion
asked by the
years,
West
so
Covina Police Department
this
to possibly
NyQuil
help with
stuff's
spike
treating me pretty
strips. I
good
don't know
right
if that
now.
was actually on the freeway or maybe on a surface street if he exited or not. But we do know
Oh
that
yeah,
they
we're a
said
bunch
no
of
because of the fact that they
insomniacs.
want the entire pursuit if they're going to take over.
We're going to lose Des here for just a few minutes before we head over to CBS 2 at 11 o'clock with Pat Harvey, as she'll take up the call here at the top of the hour. So we're just going to go ahead and update you here until we get to that point. This is the pursuit, LA's latest pursuit. West
Sweet
Covina
tea
police
with 3
in pursuit this entire time
biggins
of a suspect wanted
here
for
in the
domestic
late night
violence out
hours.
of West Covina. They started in that area, then got onto the westbound of 105, eastbound of 105. And that's when the chopper then for the LA County Sheriff's Department got overhead. We saw the northbound 605 as well. Then they exited there at
She's like, "Where's your ass at?" You're picking up diapers.
Attempted pit maneuver, which we had here live on KCAL 9.
Hey,
Then
I
back
drank
onto the
tons of
605.
orange juice today, so
5
I'm on
West
it.
Covina police cruisers in tow here. Then it was on the westbound 105, the northbound 710. And
That's
I'm
about
almost
all it's
losing my
worth.
breath,
Tea,
Susie.
$3. I felt bad for everybody that gave
the
those
northbound
earlier.
605, and now
Grossly
the
overpaid.
eastbound 10.
Well, I'm
trying to
glad.
get back, it looks like, to the West Covina
Glad
area.
you're here.
They
Glad
must have had a
everybody's
lot of
here.
gas in that tank.
Sure seems like it.
They haven't run out of gas yet, so we know it was actually more than 100 miles.
If he
they've
drives
traveled so
back to
far,
his house,
and they have yet to run out of gas, and it looks
I
like they're
will
going
be.
full steam ahead, not
I would.
slowing down.
I
As
would
we have
be
been watching this
surprised, but at the
pursuit,
same
as Jen was
time,
just talking about,
a little
for the
relieved
good
that nobody got
part of
hurt.
almost an hour now. And the West Covina Police Department has not given up on this pursuit. They
By
have
the way,
not
Bobby
relinquished it to the
Earl,
CHP.
Mr.
They
Bobby
really want
Earl
this
has
person
just
for the domestic
gifted
violence incident that happened
some
in their
free
city earlier today. And again, we don't
memberships
know
to
the
this
circumstances of
this
that actual
amazing
situation.
channel.
We don't know what
So
happened, but we
if
do
you're
know
over
it
on
was something heinous. They
Credence
want
and
this guy
Bishop
right now.
YouTube,
Yeah, that's very
you
interesting.
can
You don't see
click
that
that
very
little
often
green box
where
at the top of the
agency
chat
gets
and
onto
let
highway.
You two
and does
basically know
not
you want to be
hand
in
it
the
over
running
to
to get one.
CHP. West Covina said they want to take this all
I'm
the
all
way from
good.
beginning
All
to
good,
end. It looks like
guys.
they're going to do that. And you got to give them credit. They've done a good job. They had that attempted pit maneuver that didn't quite work out.
And here's your
But they
applause.
have been on the job
Hallelujah.
the whole time. 5 cruisers following.
Hallelujah.
We should mention.
Look,
that
I had
this
a
is domestic
hallelujah.
violence
I had
situation.
so many sound
We
effects
do
all
know-
banked
we
and
do
ready to
not
go.
know the
And
extent
because
of
I'm not
injuries
used
as
to
we're
this
getting
new
off. It looks
board,
like it's
I
citrus
deleted
avenue.
them all
We do not know
by
the extent
accident.
of
So I got to
injuries
redo
to
them
the
all.
victim. As we're going to slow
We're
down
getting
here,
very
this
close.
is definitely getting off of the road, off of the highway, Susie, and that driver is slowing down quite a bit. This could be another opportunity for a pit
Ooh, an
maneuver, but
attempt
if they're
on a pit.
communicating with him and he wants to go
There
home,
it
it's
is.
another one.
Oh,
And-
there we go. There you go.
Over the median.
Wow.
Oh,
Over
he's
the
not
median, lost
done.
control.
Son of a
He's going
bitch,
to high
Richard.
center, and he just hit that telephone pole.
Wow.
No,
So
he
this
didn't hit
is
it. He
going
just
to
brushed
be
up against it.
just another minute here, but this may just be over.
I hope so.
West Covina.
Oh,
he's gonna
nope,
drive on.
Reversing. And
nope,
this was the
nope.
third pit maneuver attempt, or that was actually successful, but
That
this
was
is the
a
first
very
successful one that
successful
we've
one,
seen,
but
but looks
he's
like
not
they're going for
done. You
another
got to
one
pit
here.
him
This is the
again. Hit
fourth
him
attempt,
again.
as we believe getting a little yep, a little
Goddamn
bit off.
bridge. Beautiful bridge, by the way. Oh, thank God they waited. He's coming in hot. What's he going to do? Oh, he's going too slow to pit him.
You said 11:01:15, so I was waiting for that. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're back on here.
You got to
until
go a
we
little
toss it
faster
over
so we
to
can pitch
CBS
you.
2. Pat Harvey is standing by. Pat, take the call.
He's on the 20, the 10.
All right, we're going
He's
to
going for a
continue here on
touchdown.
KCAL 9. This is continuing breaking news here on KCAL 9 of a police pursuit that looks like is finally coming to an end after an hour of chasing by the West Covina Police Department. This person wanted for
Why are we
domestic
not
violence.
blocking
Now, this
him
is the first
in?
time that
What
a
are we
pit maneuver
doing here,
has actually
man?
succeeded, and we saw that last one attempt. Boy, they were so close to that car, and it worked.
Box him in.
Yeah, let's pick it up where CBS 2 has it at 11 o'clock. Pat Harvey is standing by with the rest of the story.
I mean, we're 3 inches off his bumper in the back. Pull a car in front. Just do it. No, he didn't run out of gas. He took a couple of pits, and I think he kind of is just at the point now. He's
absolutely,
like, okay,
Pat. I actually heard you say that just happened.
Yeah.
And indeed,
Here. But they are heading away from the
all we
10
had to do
freeway.
is
at this
pull in
time.
front of
Here we
him.
go.
We're going to try it again. Pit him again.
Go ahead, hit him
Block him in.
hard.
If it is, we don't
Hit
even
him
know, again, the
hard.
gender. We saw very quickly the window roll down on the
Show
driver's
no
side
mercy.
here. A narrow stretch here of Workman Street, which is to the north of the 10 freeway here. That officer is closing in and going to try to nudge the back end and conduct.
He's
that
going to get his
maneuver,
turn.
that pursuit intervention technique, spinning this driver out here and finally bringing this to an
Gonna
end.
get his
You can
turn.
see,
Here it
though,
comes.
not a lot of vehicular traffic, thankfully. There's one vehicle there. But if they look up ahead and they're not seeing much, then they're going to try. They're going to take that effort again and try to bring this to an end without harming
Finish
any
him.
individuals that are just innocent bystanders.
We are just hearing that the domestic violence incident that the suspect is wanted for occurred at some point today. We don't
He
know
definitely
when,
playing possum.
but again, this pursuit was
I said pull in front of
effective
him.
as of
That's all we had to
9:52,
do.
so shortly
Pull in
before
front
10
of
o'clock
him.
this evening.
No,
And here
no,
we
hell
are
no.
beyond the 11 o'clock hour.
Hell
Here we
no.
go. Here comes
It's
another
11
pit,
o'clock. We gotta
possibly.
get the news. Something good
Back
on the
right
news.
side.
Come on,
And,
come on.
and what that means, what that important information you just relayed, Marla, is that we don't know what time it occurred. It could have happened at noon. They knew what happened. They were trailing this individual.
Don't wait till somebody
and
gets hurt.
Lit him up, found that individual, and the
take
pursuit
him
was
out.
on. But now we're just watching. This is still on Workman Avenue. Here we go. This is where the pit maneuver is going to happen again. Nudging. Very close call. That officer did with
Fourth
those arc
attempt.
bars.
The speeds here, though, Rick.
Yeah, and now we have red lights. And
Now-
you can
now
see
we're gonna
the
hit
cars
an
bouncing
innocent
there, both
person.
The unit,
Yeah.
the police unit and the suspect there, meaning that they hit a dip and they're going 50, 55, 60 miles an hour. ripping
Nah, I
down
don't think
Workman
so.
Avenue
Not as
here.
close
Looks
as they
like
were
lost
behind
a
them.
front
No
right
damn way,
tire.
man.
Okay.
It blew.
Yeah, you
It
can see
blew.
the
There you
sparks.
go.
Yeah,
It blew.
and that's the side that the vehicle made contact with that pole. So likely it was damaged there. You can see the
It's
back
probably
rim
doing a little
damage.
rubbing in
The
the
pit
front.
maneuvers that were conducted. Yeah, that rim sparking up the road there.
Spark
on
it up,
Workman Avenue.
dude.
But at this point, the officers have to be very careful. They have to look ahead. people are out walking their dogs at this time. They're out and about. There's other vehicles. If they spin this car into somebody else and hurt them, they don't
just
want
let
that.
you know
This,
you've
this
got some
front,
tire damage
this
in the
front
front.
right tire
You might
clearly
want to pull
is
over or it could
compromised
sustain
big time. It has been
more
disabled,
damage.
and that's going to have an impact on the speed that this
Thanks,
vehicle
bud.
can still make its way up Workman Avenue.
The police are being very polite at this point.
Like that in that condition. But then you got to wonder about the nature of the suspect, the mood of that person who was willing to face
Now we're tearing the car all to hell. There's no need to take this car home.
After being hit by a pit maneuver a couple times, and to continue
it needs to go to the dump.
The state of mind here.
Drop it off at the landfill.
The speeds are down a bit, and that's going to help. And we'll see again if the officers are going to take
he's gonna hit a
this
car on the
chance
side of
to
the
try
road.
to spin this
A
vehicle
lot of cars
out,
parked on the side of the
box
road.
them in, and finally bring this to an end without hurting anybody else. Because you could still
All right, now, quick.
Another pit.
Number 5.
From that right tire,
Pit maneuver attempt.
Right tire
Number 5.
being disabled, likely when it made impact.
Unbelievable.
They're trying to do the pit maneuver on the back left side there again, just nudging that vehicle enough to spin them out. But you're going to see there's a chance that car could get spun out to all those parked vehicles on Workman Avenue.
Yeah, everybody's. If your car is parked out there,
keeping a watch on the speed.
Make sure your insurance is up to date because
35 miles per hour.
Good chance. Oh, she's really digging it now.
Maneuver.
Oh,
so we've seen
now
really
digging
it
out
because of that.
Now they're going to really.
Is he close to home?
He's bumping him. This unit is bumping up. There's a lot of parked cars there. Spinning
Don't
out,
hit the car.
Boom.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Right there.
All right, now we've got him boxed in. Now we need to get it.
Dangerous. This suspect has led these officers on a very dangerous pursuit. We don't know what the mindset of this suspect, what they are willing to do to get away. And if they do have a weapon, we don't know that at this time. What type of domestic violence occurred? At this time, it does look like that vehicle is not going to be able to go anywhere. That's what we said last time. That they're boxed in. That
anything for you, Brandy. That's the only reason I got on. So Brandy's going to need to see this.
And now we're in a situation. And again, like we said last time, Marla and Christine, this could last for hours. We've seen it happen in the past where a suspect doesn't give up.
Start busting out windows,
if
bud.
You're in this area, you're hearing noises, you're hearing police, you're seeing the sirens. Stay indoors. There's always that temptation to want to come out and use your cell phone and roll on some video. Safety
like the people over there.
Again, we don't know the nature and the mindset.
They were waiting. They saw. They were watching it on TV. They're like,
into a pursuit that ended like this. With officers taking cover there for their own safety.
Oh, got the dog out
there too. So they
got the dog out. Somebody's gonna get bit.
Some agencies are like, we're not having any of this. This suspect is going to go down right now, and they'll send that canine unit in. Which, by the way, those are officers. Those dogs are highly trained. They know what to do. We've seen dogs die in the line of duty doing
don't say
this
that.
type of work.
We'll
but
hear
they will
about
send that
dogs
canine unit
passing
in and
away.
say,
That's
hey,
terrible.
we're not giving up. We're going to send in this dog right now, and this dog is not going to feel good on you.
Or they do the tear gas through the window to kind of smoke the driver out.
And
how about we do this? We just go and put our ass cheeks against the window. Press ham. Nobody likes that. They don't infuriate them and get out.
Suspect is exhausted too, is stressed, is dealing with all kinds of emotional issues, and the officers are revved up. So this is where things really come into play. You can see the one officer running there, and again, you always like to watch the body language of those officers to determine what's going on. Do they know that this suspect now may have a weapon or not? Clearly, they're not giving up. These officers are giving strict instructions on what to do, and that suspect is not following them.
Well, we are getting an exact location where this has come to an end.
Obviously, they don't think the guy's got a weapon. As close as they are to him right now,
in West Covina.
There's no way they think he has a weapon.
Is also where it is coming to an end. The pursuit portion is over. It's
give us
now
a like,
just about
guys.
apprehending, getting
I'm
the
not doing the
domestic
robot.
violence
Here we
suspect into official custody.
Make sure you like this video.
You wonder, of course, is the suspect hurt? From the numerous
I couldn't agree more.
Crashes involving West Covina police, the spin outs.
Oh, he's trying to go. He's trying to go.
There's sparks that are.
He's trying to drive.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that, and that's what we're seeing the smoke there. Trying to get out of there. Wow.
He's got to put it in reverse first.
4th of July again. This is
extremely
and the desperation of a suspect is right. Seeing that they and again, anything that they do, those suspects with that vehicle that endangers officers is an act of violence. That is a weapon. That vehicle is. And every single vehicle infraction, we saw the red lights being run.
They need to just step up and bust out the window, man.
This vehicle was moving at very high rates of speed. These officers can make a list of all of those infractions and write he
Come
or
on,
she
swing around
on
some
those
bush.
infractions. How scary it must be for the residents. Again, if you ever have anything like this, if you live in this area,
he's still
clearly
just pushing down on that gas,
doors and
man.
windows locked.
It's a smoke
because this
screen, you
guy
think.
is
He's going to try and
whatever
disappear
they
in the
can
smoke.
to get away. But that wheel is turning, the smoke is rolling, that vehicle is getting smoked up, and this is a hazard not only to the suspect in that vehicle, but also to the officers.
And also the environment. I mean,
and
should we talk about that?
Vehicle that obviously belonged to somebody on this street, and the people who perhaps
I say we start
were
busting out windows and
just
throwing
trying to
dogs.
have a night on this Tuesday night, and this
That's
ends
just me.
outside their front door. This is definitely a hazard, and it's continuing with a pedal to the metal, literally.
You know,
One foot on the brake and one on the gas.
On drugs, the way they were driving, able to navigate so many freeways for so long. But this behavior.
Look at this. I mean, that is something. You don't see that every day.
Having a very bad day. We talked about that.
Smoke them if you got them, right, Creed?
Earlier, that's the root of this whole pursuit here. But what is this driver doing? And then you have to wonder about this car catching on fire.
Well, they got away. They got away once. We thought it was, we thought it had ended,
but
and
now
the car
He's
was
not getting
disabled,
away
and they
now.
still feel that they're going to get away.
If he gets away
Right
now,
they're still not
we need
in
to
custody.
fire
They're
every
still
single
not
person
caught.
out there right
And
now.
with that, they still have that mindset where they feel they might be able to get away. Fire has definitely been called out because this is a hazard, not only to the vehicle and to the driver.
Great, we're going to burn down California.
Suspect, but also to the officers. Officers are circling around the area. They're setting up a perimeter. They're making sure if that driver
maybe a little bit of all of them, because I mean,
that those officers are going to be in such
violence,
an area, in such a situation with that line, just like we call a perimeter with a wildfire, to bring that suspect into custody. Canine unit is there. Fire is going to be called out. They want to keep those officers safe.
Let's not wait for them to get there.
Out there, but they want this driver just to give up. And at some point, I'm hopeful that something just was thrown out the window there. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Something was just thrown out the window, and the window on that driver's side definitely came down.
Still betting on the driver, maybe.
Large, it was thrown out. What that was, we don't know at this time. But clearly, okay, here we go. We're seeing some more movement there from that suspect. And we still don't have confirmation.
I'm getting word from upstairs. He threw out the faceplate for his Alpine stereo.
Another person in there. Somebody
wanted
innocent,
to get ripped
or
off.
Perhaps an accomplice. We don't know, because we don't know how the pursuit was initiated, when it started. All we know is that alleged domestic violence occurred at some point today, and the pursuit started tonight. And we've been covering this pursuit now,
maniac.
going
He's
on
littering.
a full hour. Now it's
He's
in
just
this
racking up the
stalemate, so to speak.
infractions.
The vehicular, the high-speed pursuit end
Don't
of
blame
it has
the
ended
drugs.
here in this
The drugs were
residential
innocent
area,
in this.
and now it's a cat and mouse waiting game for that suspect to give up.
Well, the driver clearly not going anywhere.
Seems to make sense,
vehicle,
right?
Perhaps trying to cause as much havoc as they can, or stay out of jail for any remaining moments that they can. But you do have to wonder what's going on inside that vehicle. Is that driver in communication with anybody? Is there
Well, I'm glad you
substances
asked.
that are illegal inside the vehicle?
Anybody.
What's happening with that driver?
I was
that
kind of
they're
on your
just
side,
sitting
but
there? Are they just
you've been
waiting to
sitting
be
there
arrested
spinning
and
tires.
waiting to stretch out as long as they can?
My friend here has
But you got to think the
emphysema
driver,
now.
what
from
kind of
spinning
day you said,
tires.
Christine, the driver, the suspect
Would you
had,
please just
and where they're at in terms of
just come on
needing
out,
to use
man?
the restroom, wanting a meal, doing something, knowing now, hopefully,
Wanting a meal.
they're not
I
gonna
like
get away in that
I like the way this
They
guy
can try to
thinks.
make a run for it, but you
This
can see
guy's
that one
hangry.
unit is
That's the
right
whole
up
point.
against, that driver's side door. Units are right behind there. There has to be units,
Yeah,
and again, we're not
probably.
wide enough to see it, but there has to be units.
Maybe
just up
Creed's
the
laying in
street
bed
as
watching
well.
this right
the
now,
canine
like
unit
he
is
did
there
last night.
and they're going to do whatever they can to set up that line, that perimeter around this vehicle. Now that it's in a standoff situation, to bring that suspect into custody. Again, as wild as this pursuit was, we didn't see anything significant in terms of any other vehicles being impacted, with the exception of that parked car and that pole down the street.
That poor
so we're hoping that nobody was injured
innocent
from this pursuit. We don't know what happened earlier, and we don't know what happened to the individual who was allegedly assaulted.
Or individuals.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
absolutely
Wow,
right. And
way
if
to
there was a
downplay
child
that this
involved,
guy
because
isn't a
initially we heard a
complete
child may have been involved.
nut job.
We don't know any of that. We will get more information on that in the coming hours and have an update tomorrow morning. And this could go on till tomorrow morning. It almost is morning.
True. Now that we're at 11:15.
It's how hungry
so
you
at
are,
what
right?
point, Rick, does that canine be put to work?
It's all about the lead
Gotta
officer
get up there
down
and bust out the
who's
windows
conducting
first.
all of this like an orchestra, finding out all the intel, making sure that there's nobody innocent inside that vehicle, and now trying to do whatever they can to coax that individual out on their own and bring them into custody. If all of that doesn't happen, it depends. It
So you're
depends
saying
on
high performance
what
machine there,
they
hot?
know about the suspect.
Gotcha.
We see a Bearcat come in an hour plus after a standoff situation like this. We see crisis negotiators come in. So every pursuit has seen different
Smoking
scenarios,
weed every day.
and that's why this standoff could last for
We love
hours,
Damon.
or
He's a
the
good
driver
guy.
may just, the suspect may finally
I say
"You know
just
what?
start
I'm done
shooting
with
the
this," and
pepper
walk out
balls,
and give
man.
up,
Fill
which
her
we
up.
see too.
Right.
We've
You
done
know,
destroyed
thinking
the
of
car.
those Bearcat situations where they come in and block the vehicle from both sides, but the
Mary,
car's
you
already
know he
blocked.
does.
So we've also seen an officer come and just break the window with their baton and kind of get the driver out that way. We've also seen them shoot the tear gas into the vehicle and kind of
let's do
smokes
it.
the driver out. But you're right. This could be a long night of waiting
Oh,
this out.
I'll be damned.
Area,
Yeah.
and a long night for these residents as well.
I'll
You can
call.
see this
We've got to
very
have
narrow
some
street
family
here.
around there, right?
A
We just
car
need
that
somebody
was
to go
just
and get
parked
this
off
guy out
the
of the
right has
car
been
right
badly
now.
damaged.
Pull him
There
out.
was a pit maneuver that was conducted, that was successful, that finally spun the car out with a very damaged front right wheel, a disabled front
just
right
bust
wheel.
in there.
So with all that, the pursuit, the vehicular portion of the pursuit has come to an end, and now we are in a standoff situation here.
Creed's
All right,
favorite.
for those of you who have been